You can train yourself to need only 4 to 5 hours of sleep.
That is not true. You can't train yourself. You might be somebody who needs less, but you can't train it. No.
Okay. Alcohol helps you sleep better.
No. It helps to knock you out. It helps to make you feel more confident when you're taking it, but no, it doesn't help you sleep. It helps to knock you out. Unfortunately, that's why hangovers are so painful.
Okay. Snoring is harmless.
That's a difficult one. It could be. So it could be an indicator of something like sleep apnea, but it could also just be, if it's not so chronic, then it's probably harmless to the snorer. It's probably less harmless to the bed partner of the snorer. But yeah, it could be.
But if it's related to sleep apnea, then it's not
Then
harmless.
it's something that, you need to get checked because you might need to get positive airway pressure mask or, something to put in your jaw to prevent yourself from snoring.
Okay. You can make up for lost sleep on weekends.
Yeah, not really. It's not the case that you cannot be chronically getting less sleep than you need throughout the week and then expect to sleep extra at the weekend. One thing that we do notice is that when people are sleep deprived, the following night, they tend to have more intense deep sleep that does seem to be in some way perhaps a compensatory mechanism. It's not the same as making up for lost time, but it might be a mechanism to try and protect you after a singular night of bad sleep.
Being on your phone before bed ruins sleep because of blue light exposure.
So this one again requires a bit more nuance. If you have had no exposure to the sun or to bright light throughout the day, that could be the case. If you've been outside, it seems like being on your phone beforehand might be less of an issue. However, blue light exposure does seem to be connected to people having lower sleep quality as they report it. But this is still quite a grey area of research, actually. We don't really know the exact extent to which blue light is the problem rather than you being on TikTok until 3 a.m., for example.
Oh, okay. So if you're watching really interesting reels, for example, you may be stimulated in a way that prevents you from falling asleep later.
Exactly. So this is something that we still don't really know whether the interplay is exactly between the blue light effects or the fact that you're cognitively so stimulated. Okay. And would be a very interesting research question that hopefully we'll see more stuff of in the future.
Waking up during the night always means poor sleep.
No, we tend to wake up for small amounts of time as we come out of certain sleep cycles. Waking up for large periods might be indicative of bad sleep, but getting up into the night to go and use the bathroom or for 1 or 2 minutes usually is not even noticed by people when they have these sort of micro awakenings. But no, not all periods of wake in the night are indicative of bad sleep.
And the last one, older adults generally sleep less because they don't need as much sleep.
So the first part is correct. Older adults do tend to sleep less, but it's not necessarily because they need less sleep. So we see that one of the reasons we think that older people sleep less is because as our brains start to atrophy and cells die out, this tends to happen from the frontal lobes first. That is where slow waves are generated from. And so that might be one of the reasons why it's harder to initiate a lot of deep sleep. And that could be something that's related to awakenings throughout the night. So no, it's not the case they need less sleep, but they do tend to get less sleep.
Does this in any way accelerate brain aging even further?
It could be. If it's the case that you then are unable to, if it really impacts your sleep a lot, that would still come with all of the normal issues that we see for younger adults in terms of their health issues as well.
And I would imagine if you've had chronically less sleep in your 20s, 30s, 40s, once you reach your 60s, 70s, and you get those just 3 to 4 hours of sleep per night, that could be the thing that tips you over the top for dementia. Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, for dementia, there's a large interplay of different things, but for any number of health issues, we know that getting less sleep is an issue. We know that there are, it's a bit more nuance for this, but there are more heart attacks that happen on the day following daylight savings time when we lose 1 hour of sleep, whilst the total number of heart attacks within the week after daylight savings time remains the same. The exact number of heart attacks tends to increase on the day after. So it seems to be that if you're in a position of ill health that you were going to have a heart attack or you're at high risk for one, losing even 1 hour of sleep might be the thing to push you over the edge to actually have one. So that's why we know that there is quite a strong interplay between individual nights of bad sleep if you already have a lot of poor health underlying that.